Hello everyone, this is António speaking. Greetings, greetings, greetings. We're coming to the end of 2016. There's only a few days left. And before I begin talking about I don't know what, I want to thank you. Thank you so much for showing your support in my videos with all the messages that I receive. And, ultimately, we do what we do with the intention of changing someone's posture. I wouldn't say someone's life, but at least someone's posture within their lives. And when I get these emails thanking me for sharing this information, well, I thank you for giving me the opportunity to do so. We're coming to the end of 2016, and 2016 is a 9, which means we're coming to the end of a chapter, a cycle that lasted 9 full years. Now, if we go back to the last year 9 was 2007, and after the year 9, what happens? The year 1 comes in. So there was a lot of endings this year. Most of them we don't know about because, it's individual, collective, and social. But we don't all know about all the changes, of course, or all the endings, should I say. One thing that comes to mind is Donald Trump. He won the elections. And it's not just an election, it has to do with touching the whole entire world. And if I go back to September 21st, I gave a presentation on codes and frequencies here in Ile-Perrot, west of Montreal. And when I it was a pretty good crowd, and when I put Donald Trump's chart on the board, there was like a ooh, you hear from the background. And here I am in a hot spot. Now, I gotta be honest with my reading. So, before I go to the point, I kind of take, people by the hand so they follow the code to come to a final conclusion. And I said, listen, according to the cycle, according to his code, he is going to win. And then I heard, no. Well, as we know today, he did win. For better or for worse, he won. You see, when I said that 2016 is a year 9, it is a universal year 9, meaning that meaningful things have to end this year. And they have. And there's been a lot going on. One thing that comes to mind is a lot of artists passed away this year. But anyway, that's another story. If we go back to 2007, which was the last year 9, you see, us, the little people, don't really know what's like up ahead. In a very short term or short period of time, we don't know. Let's say you and I were investors. I guarantee you that we don't know what's going to happen 2 days from today, but someone out there knows. So what I'm trying to say is that 2007, there was a lot of stirring and materialized in 2008, because 2008, 2 plus 0, 0, 8 is 1. It was a new beginning. And on month 1, which is October, so we have 2 months 1. In the year 9, because when you're in the year 9, 9 plus January is 1, and 9 plus October is 1. When you are in a year 9, and the Earth was in a year 9. Now 1 is a new beginning, is a catalyst, also a pinnacle point. But when you put a 1 with a 0, it is stronger, stronger. And if you do remember, all the markets collapsed. The financial world went to hell. Remember that? Well, we are again going through the same energy. Intensity, density, whatever you want to call it, again in the same energy. Year 9 going to the year 1. That's 2017. And only a blind that doesn't want to see, doesn't see that we are in high-speed evolution now. Things change rapidly, incredibly. Well, I mean, today I have a phone and I just dial quickly a number and I send a picture to China. And I'm very, very, very far away from China. What I'm trying to tell you is that the density or intensity of energy is the same, but that doesn't mean we are going to go through the same experiences, obviously. What I'm trying to tell you is that get prepared. 2017 will not go unnoticed. Don't even think about it. And I've been saying this to people. I work in 3 languages and I've been saying it forever. Center yourself. Because it's going to be a windy, windy time up ahead. A lot of things that seem to be true are not so true. And a lot of things that seem to be false are not so false. You see, that's how it works in this world of illusion and relativity. When I say center yourself, is grab on to what really matters to you. Get in touch with your inner self. Your inner self. Not what you received as program or programming. Yourself. Perhaps a lot of things that you are fighting for, you don't need. And that's taking your freedom away. So if you want to be free, you should analyze what you are working or fighting for. Is it really worth it? Is it aligned to what you truly want? See, a lot of people want a lot of things. Big huge house, big car. In how many rooms can you sleep every night? That's the question. Well, we're coming to a point where we have to wake up. Because the earth cannot take for far longer or for too long the abuse we have done in the past 30 years. 30 years. It will not. So, you know, it's interesting how I see people manifesting for this and manifesting for that. Activists. And that's all fine. But interesting at the same time. Because, you know, when you manifest against something, or you're an activist against something, you need to stop, look and listen. Are you really living what you're saying, what you're protesting about? You know, look, it can be as banal as a long shower. If you take a long shower, Or maybe your house is too warm. Or maybe you take the car to go to the store, which is only 100 yards away. What I'm trying to say is, it is okay to manifest. It is okay to be an activist. But I think it's far better, or much better, to actually live that way. You see, a lot of people, especially young people, those who happen to be against a lot of garbage that goes around, they want the latest phone, the iPhone. Do you know how much pollution is behind such a device? To build it, and afterwards, the radiation and so on. But still you want it. What I'm trying to say here, and maybe many of you are not in agreement with me, and that's okay, is that you gotta walk your talk and be realistic. You see, if you want to see change, you gotta be that change. So you can't ask or demand change while you don't change. This week I saw protests on TV, and I found it very interesting because, you know, it is true, but I see beyond that. So you have these people protesting against pipelines that carry oil from Alberta through, you know, the entire country, into the States and into everywhere, and they're protesting. I mean, I totally get that. But they also protest against oil being transported in railroads and highways. And I get that. It is dangerous. But then we all want the best prices at the pump, and we all want gas at the pump. That's the part I don't get. How is the oil gonna get to the pump? You know, I'm not, or maybe I am being the devil's advocate here. But, you know, it really narrows down to us. What can we do? I mean, what is our part here? And I'm sure we can do something about it. See, by reducing our consumption by, I don't know, 5%. What is 5%? Not much. But can you imagine millions and millions of people, especially in North America, reducing their consumption by 5 to 10%? You see, 2017 is going to show up. And whether we like it or not, whether we accept it or not, it is in frequency a year one, a new beginning, a new chapter, which will activate an energy that will touch you and I, and everything in this world. And that I know. I'm not predicting anything here, because predictions is a very dangerous field of work. Very tricky. I'm being more, you know, of a visionary, mathematician. 2 plus 2 does not equal 6. So if we keep all going the way we've been going until now, and expect great change, cleaning the planet, and that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. We came here to learn. The time has come for us to understand. It's like we're not learning anymore. We came to a point we need to understand what we learned. So it's like we learned how to build the bomb. Now we have to understand the bomb. A lot of changes have to come up. They have to. Is Donald Trump part of a change? Most probably. Most probably. Whatever he does, because of the media he gets, whether we like it or not, there's change happening already. If he does a horrible job, then he's going to cause change. And if he does a fine job, he will cause change. But ultimately, the change comes to every one of us, individually, and participate to the whole. I don't want to bore you with my talk. I just wanted to share a few thoughts with you, at the same time that I wish you happy holidays, whatever they mean to you. For those who know me, you know I'm not religious, not at all. Why? Because I want to be a part of every religion, so I cannot be one religion. I do believe there's a source, there's divinity. I also know there's a lot of distortion, and that's okay. What I'm trying to say is that holidays don't have to be a religious celebration. A moment for us to get together. And you see, there's Christmas, and the week later, New Year. So it's like a transition. We have 7 days of transition. It is good to make resolutions for the new year, but it's much better to follow them. And the best resolution we could make is, how clean can I be in this coming year? The word clean, emotionally, the way I use the resources, my body, my language, my thoughts. How clean can I be? And then just walk that. And you will make a difference. You see, when there's a critical mass, when we reach a certain level, a certain point, we activate some kind of invisible frequency. You see, you may want to call it God, the divinity, the source. I like to call it the source, the higher source, where you and I are plugged. And when we show that we care, see, we're connected to the source. And when we show that we care about the place where we live, and we truly care, it's not just to show, we really care. I am totally convinced that the source just keeps pouring more and more positive energy into the planet. You are going to die, and I am going to die. Meanwhile, we're playing in this garden, filled with experiences and different species. If we walk carefully and responsibly, it will do the same towards us. Because don't forget, this body is made of carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, and water. Cells, particles. Well, this body is not me, and it's not mine. It belongs to the earth. So when I adopt a different philosophy towards the earth, it reflects in my body. And I don't enjoy being sick or being at loss. I really don't. So if you walk a responsible line, you will get a positive and responsible feedback, answer, reflection. Anyway, again, I want to thank you for commenting on my videos. You know, it's very nice to know that you're not doing this for nothing, and someone out there is watching and getting something out of it. It's a privilege. So I really, really am thankful and very grateful. I wish you a wonderful, wonderful year 2017. Take advantage of this new beginning, new opportunity, new chapter here on earth. And if you're alive, you're part of it. So do the best you can. Start by pleasing yourself. Start by being nice to yourself, by loving yourself. And then it's very, very easy to just love the others. Okay? Thank you very, very much. Happy holidays.